PR Connections Radio presents.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're hearing this podcast from. Welcome to my podcast, Prospering in Health and Wealth. My name is Werner Dixon. I'm with VM Enterprise, and I am wanting to have a discussion with you about health, wealth, and wellness, and talk about how they actually interrelate with each other and can create a better environment for you, create a better work environment for you, a life situation for you, particularly if you have your health and you can focus on generating your wealth. And I think we'd have a lot to have conversations about. If you're interested, hang around and get your friends and relatives on board. And so let's get underway. Thank you. Let's go.
This podcast is brought to you by LifeWave. Ready to elevate your wellness game? Meet X39 from LifeWave.com. This game-changing patch uses phototherapy to stimulate your skin, enhancing strength and stamina by channeling your body's innate energy. Simply apply it to harness infrared heat, naturally boosting your vitality. Want to learn more? Visit www.lifewave.com/VernD and step into a healthier, more active lifestyle today.
Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to be here. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Werner Dixon with VM Enterprise. And this is my podcast called Prosperity in Health and Wealth. And with that in mind, I try to bring some awesome guests to the show so that you can understand what the environment is out there and what the options and opportunities are for you as well. And so with that in mind, today we have a repeat guest, Daphne Evans. Daphne Evans is the Happy Lady Speaks. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to see you again today. It is absolutely phenomenal. How are you?
I am awesome. How are you? And it's great to be back. Thanks for calling me back.
Hey, no problem. I mean, the issue is when I saw I got to let you guys know the reason that Daphne is on today is because she has written a book. And so we're going to talk about that book today. And we talked about H.A.P.I.E. the last time she was on the show, and she went through each of the letters. And so what she's done is incorporated that into a little book that gives you motivation and gives you some opportunities to kind of rethink your strategy. So am I getting any of that right, Daphne?
You are on point. You are on point.
All right. I mean, it says in here why you wrote the book, but I want to hear from you why you wrote the book. I mean, I know we talked about H.A.P.I.E., and I know that's part of your nature now, because every time I see you, you got a big smile on your face, and that is awesome and phenomenal. So I'm wanting these other folks to enjoy what I've been enjoying about you as well. So why did you write this book?
So I wrote the book because I truly believe, after some experiences that I had, that people can always be a little bit better if they only had a guide point to get there. And that doesn't matter where they are in life. They could be feeling really, really bad, or they could be feeling really, really good. There's always an opportunity to be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to put something, I've been thinking about doing something. I didn't quite know exactly what it was, but I really just want to impress upon people, even if it's by a smile or by words that I've said, and now by words that I've written, to encourage them to always move forward. Always move forward, because you can.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about it, you know, I guess one of the reasons that it popped out to me is I've been in that kind of a situation, in addition to my health, and then trying to get a couple of dollars on the side, you know, and that kind of thing. It's I'm at the age, or I'm at the point in my life, and as you say in the book, I'm at the season in my life where I'm looking at some options and opportunities. I mean, why am I where I am?
Right.
Why do I need to be here, or do I need to be here? And what are my options for moving forward? Mm-hmm. And so I've been thinking about that as well, and making some changes in my companies that I work with. I mean, I'm still got too many companies that I'm working in or working with and trying to generate income, but that's just who I am. And
Right.
so I'm at a point now where, for those of you who don't know me, I'll be 80 years old this year, and so it's an issue of trying to step back and grab some reality. What's your current status? What do you want to do moving forward? I remember when people, you go out for a job interview and the interviewer say, well, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I'm at the point now is where you see yourself in the next 5 months. And so your book was really on time in terms of my thought process and as well. So talk a little bit about the process that you've come up with in terms of moving this forward and how people should interact with this book.
Absolutely. But I do want to touch on something very, very special, which you said. You
Okay.
said that you are on the cusp of being 80,
Yes.
and you still found value in how this book can help guide you towards the next 5 months, 5 minutes, 5 years, whatever that is, right?
Yes. Yes.
I just spoke with someone who is just turning 70. I spoke with her a couple of weeks ago. And the first thing she said is, "Oh my gosh, this is such a wonderful book. I wish I had had it sooner. So maybe I could have changed things in my life." And the first thing I said was, "You still can. There's no, there's no age, right?
That's
There's
right. That's right.
no age limit. You are never too old or too young or what. It doesn't matter. You can always make changes in your life.
Yeah.
It's a mindset if you want to or not, but it's always available to you. So
Uh,
I wanted to bring that. So kudos to you for realizing that you're never too late.
all right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Never
Thank
too
you.
late. But the gist of the book is to make people understand or help people understand by the acronyms that their journey is their journey and they can always pivot. That's why, HAPPIE is an acronym, and each acronym stands for a part of your story and
Mhm.
where you're taking it, because you really are in control of it. H is for honoring where you are right now. So many people are either ashamed of where they have been, are angry about where they have been. Some people are okay with where they have been. But whatever ingredients you have that have gotten you to today, the first and foremost in terms of foundation is to honor it,
Yeah.
because it's your story. It's your story. It's nobody else's story. It's your story. And then once you get to that point, understand that you can now align with where you want to go.
Mhm.
Find examples, find people, find other stories, find an environment that puts you in the pathway of where you want to go. Align with that. Now, the first P is to persist, because we all know, and I'm sure you know this, I know this, everybody knows this. Once you start getting on your pathway and you're on your pathway and you're doing what you got to do and it's all working, what's going to happen? Something's going to smack you down, right?
that's that's it. What's going wrong?
What's going on? Something's going to smack you down. And it's at that moment that people can either persist and keep going, or they're going to get smacked down. So the first P is to persist. You've got to persist. You've got to fight through it. Storms always pass, right, Berner? They always pass.
Yeah.
Nothing stays cloud. It's not cloudy forever. Even if you go to the Northwest and it's cloudy and rain, the sun does still come out, right?
It does. I understand that. Yes.
So you've got to persist. And then the second P is remain positive. This is where your faith is going to come in. This is where you got to know that it's going to be okay. I know storms are going to come, but I got to persist and I got to maintain my positivity. And with everything you do, be intentional. You've got to be intentional about how you move with your days. You've got to learn that the days don't move you. Life doesn't move you. You're in control. So you've got to be intentional. And then empower. Empower yourself knowing that you can. And I also put in there, empower other people. Because the energy that you give off to other people is often the energy that you'll get back.
All right. All right. I love that. I love that. I mean, in terms of figuring out where you are,
Mm-hmm.
you you kind of look in the place and you and actually I had a whole several sheets. I'm making notes to myself about myself.
Yeah.
Where are you? You know, what do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in XYZ? And I've got 7 grandkids, and so I'm incorporating those. And say my grandbaby is 5 years old. When I said, yeah, Shay, you're 5 years old, huh? And she said, no, Grandpa, I'm 5.5.
Oh, that's
So
right.
so yeah, I had to give it to her 5.5. But what I'm saying is
How
that
come we
I
don't
was
do that
looking
when
at,
we're older?
yes, yes. I'm grown up now. You
Yeah,
don't just
yeah,
give me.
exactly. You're not like 79 and a half.
That's right. That's right. Now you the next level. So it's
That's
all
right.
good. But in terms of putting that down, and I'm looking at that, and I'm going, shoot, I am overwhelmed with what I've just done. And
Mhm.
I said, and I'm trying to step back and say, what do I want to change about my life, myself, my thing? And I mean, I'm looking at some of the things that you've indicated here. Uh, Talking about one of the reasons that you wrote the book. I've always been passionate about uplifting people. I
Mhm.
truly believe that we're not here to live lives that are boring, angry, discouraged, or defeated.
Mhm.
Life is meant to be experienced, explored, appreciated, even on the days that are difficult. And
Mhm.
and I looked at that and I'm going, that's me. Some of those days are difficult. I don't want to get up and do anything, but I'm going, you don't want to stay where you are.
Right.
So if you don't want to stay where you are, figure out where you are and understand that
Right.
and make sure that you don't want to go back to that.
Right.
Make sure you're putting steps in place where you're moving forward on every level.
Yes.
So I guess I'm asking you, since you're the expert, am I on the right track?
You are on the right track. And anybody can do it. You are definitely on the right track. The first thing is to take a look at your life. Just a little bit of background, how this mindset, I mean, I was always a pretty happy kid. I mean, I didn't have a lot of issues like a lot of people did. I had some, but nothing really traumatic.
Yeah,
Um, I had a very happy, blessed childhood. When I got married, moved from Cleveland to Los Angeles, one of the things that I did is I noticed that there was a certain segment of people where there was a disease coming in, HIV, and a lot of people were dying from that
yeah,
disease. And a lot of people had the virus, and people had lesions and all this other stuff, and people were really sick.
yeah.
And that same segment of people were also really, I would say, persecuted or scorned or whatever your beliefs are. I just don't believe that anybody should be put down.
Right, right.
I volunteered. I volunteered at a nonprofit that was specifically geared to help those individuals with that disease. Medical care was extremely expensive for them that time. It was just, but this organization, which is a very well known organization, really was in place to help them. I worked in the food bank. I volunteered in the food bank. Everybody was like, oh my God, you shouldn't do it, Daphne. Oh, that's good. I don't care. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm going to help these folks, right? And on Tuesdays, the public could donate food. On Thursdays, the clients of the organization could come and shop.
okay.
And, I'm sure you know me by now. I don't know a stranger, right?
Right,
I talk
right.
to everybody. I would talk to the people as they're coming to the window, giving me their list of the things that we needed to go shop for. It's in a big warehouse.
Yeah.
And I'd always ask them, so how are you? And here's what people told me. And these are people that 9 times out of 10, Werner, are not here today because
Yeah.
most of them were terminally ill. But here's what people would say. Oh, I'm okay today. I went to the beach and the water was really pretty and it was glistening, and the seagulls were just all around. Or, yeah, I went for a ride. My friends took me for a ride and it was really good to get out and smell the fresh air. Or, yeah, I noticed daisies in my backyard and they were so pretty. Every one of these people, in spite of the fact of being terminally ill,
Yeah.
talked about things that had to do with life. Nobody came up and said, oh my God, I'm so mad, I'm so sad, I'm dying. Da, 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 da. They all, and that struck me. That struck me because I knew people who had 2 lungs, a brain, 2 legs, a really good paying job, a family that loved them, and they complained about everything every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That showed me that it's mindset, and you can choose to see the good or you can choose to see the bad.
Mm-hmm.
And from that moment, that experience, I have always chosen to see the good. It's not that bad things haven't happened. Of course, I've had lots of downs, lots of ups and lots of downs. And
Not
like,
okay, both
right,
ways.
how
Both ways.
am I going to get through this? What am I going to have to do? But I also learned how to maneuver and get past those bad points
Mm-hmm.
or those low points. It is maneuvering. It is the mindset of I've got to push through because this don't feel good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean
How do I
that makes
get to
sense.
that other side?
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That's what I want to help people do.
Well, I mean, and that's the issue. It's interesting that you say. I mean, those people are terminal,
Yes.
and they chose to not focus
Right.
on their issue. They're trying to focus on what the good that they are appreciating at this point and express that.
Exactly.
That is awesome. Awesome. But most people, that's not everybody.
It's
I
not.
mean, it. You ask somebody about, well, how's it going today? Like you say, oh man, I had such and such. Right? They go right to the negative stuff. I mean, you have to come back to them and say, did anything good happen in your day? I mean, was that coffee okay? Was that cereal okay? I mean, let's talk about some of that stuff. And I guess as a human being, you have those ups and downs, like you say.
Mhm.
You have good days when you think that you can tackle the world and everything is good, and then you have that days when you get smacked down. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
and so coming like me, and again, the reason I started this podcast was because of the medical problems that I was having,
Mhm.
and so those were all quote unquote bad days.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is my 5th knee replacement, and they had to go in there and rebuild the whole leg this time because there wasn't much bone.
Right.
But and when they tell me, like the first time I get my the first knee replacement, I got 2 infections, and
Mm.
I was in the hospital for 4 months, and it took me a year to go through that process. I tried to be up most of those days, but I couldn't. I couldn't
Right.
because I felt like everything was against me. Oh, woe with me, that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
so again, I've gone through 5 of those things. So I've had those ups and downs, but I'm on the other side of all of that. And I'm on the other side of income to help me cover some of that cost that was generated. And so I'm looking for that next level at this age, at this where I am now. What can I do to contribute to myself to make the best life possible for me? And again, your book kind of hit all the nails on the right head, so to speak. I mean, because it's something that I'm going through. And
Right.
and as I'm looking at this, I'm saying other people have to be aware of this as well. And so I'm going to do my part to kind of spread the word. And so that's why I wanted you on here to talk a little bit about it.
I'm
So,
so glad. I'm
okay.
grateful. So here's something that I always encourage people. One of the things in my workshops that I do, three things, three good things,
Three good things. Okay.
three good things. What are three good things that happened to you today? Because again, volunteering in that organization showed me that if you want to look at some of the good stuff that is happening to you in the midst of you knowing that you're dying, we all can do that.
Yeah.
So what are three good things that happened to you today? I know the car ran over you, and I know that I know I know. And
Okay.
that sucks. That really sucks. It's terrible. And I know that all these things happen, but if the car ran over you and you're telling me about it, you lived.
That's a good thing.
That's a, that's a good thing. The fact that you can still talk is a good thing. The fact that you can still think
Yeah.
is a good thing. There's always going to be three good things, at least.
Okay.
The other thing, depending on the scenario, is I tell people, and this is nothing new, but I do tell people to start keeping a gratitude journal. But the twist is, and I know this can happen because everything that I encourage people to do, I've already done. So I know it can work, right?
Yeah.
Your gratitude journal is something that you can keep, and you can do this. I mean, I did this for 60 days just to test things out. I never repeated the same thing on any day. And I think it was 5 or 10 things every time. So I either did 10 things in the morning and 10 things at night every day for 60 days.
Okay.
And I never repeated anything. The point is, you can always find it. Just like you can always find something bad to talk about,
Yeah.
you can
Yep.
always find something good. I don't care if it's I saw the bird fly by my window. Right. When I wake up in the morning, and I'm not, and again, I want the listeners and the viewers to understand that every single day of my life has not been a bed of roses. I really want that to be clear.
Okay.
It's just that I tapped into, you've heard of the secret, but I
Yeah.
tapped into the secret of moving through stuff. I tapped into the secret, and it's really in the book, so it's not really a secret anymore.
Right. It won't be anymore, right?
But I tapped into the secret of moving forward and moving through things. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. They really, really can. Is it easy? No, not when you've got storms brewing.
Right.
But if you are tired of being in the midst of the storms and not seeing it pass through, then you can help yourself get through it.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll pass through.
And that, I think that's key right there, is to get yourself to a situation where you know that you can do the next thing and get through it.
Mhm.
But that's a habit that you have to create, I think.
Yes,
You
it
know,
is. It is.
yeah, because I still have good days and bad days. Like you were talking about that bird flying out the window, and that reminded me that one day I opened my window here, and there was a hummingbird out there,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and it just made my day. I mean,
Yeah.
it just made my day. It's nothing that it just he was beautiful and just out there trying to flap and do his thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I wish I could have that when I wake up every morning, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it because I'm trying to make that change. I'm trying to be as positive as I can about life in general.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna still have those hiccups, and you're gonna get
Absolutely.
knocked down and have issues. But if you can reach in and touch that space that gives you that motivation to move forward and be happy about life and move forward and do something. That's the thing that's kind of goes up and down for me. And I don't
Right.
know if
That's
it's for
natural.
everybody. It's the same thing, huh?
Yeah.
Understand? So I'm human, and
Yes.
I've been here before, I think, and just at a different level now because I've gone through some issues early on where I've been in therapy and trying to make some changes
Mhm.
in my who I was at the time,
Right.
and I needed those changes made, and so I've gone through changes before, and this change here is for me to be a better person, to be
Hmm.
happier with my current situation, and
Yes.
understand where to go to make it even better,
Better.
and what things do I want around me included in that level of happiness to move forward. And so it's a daily task
It is.
every day when I get up. And so I understand.
One of the things that also helps me, and others have told me that it helps them, is my ritual. When I wake up, when I open my eyes, I always thank God.
Mhm.
At the second I open my eyes, I mean, like, I open my eyes and it's
Yeah.
like, thank you, Lord. Why? Why is that so important to me? Because I know that God is giving me another chance to get the day either right
Mhm.
or to be better than yesterday.
Yeah.
And why is that important? Because I know at the second that God gives me the opportunity to open my eyes, that very same second, somebody somewhere closed theirs.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so when I think about that, it's like, ooh, I got a chance. I got a
Ex-
chance here.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's all in perspective. I was talking to somebody, this was another conversation years ago, because I don't watch the news. I know enough about headlines, and if there's something that really gets me, then I'll look into it.
Yeah.
But like to watch the news, I just don't. I think especially now we'll all have PTSD, waking up every day that something else is going on, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Do that. But I remember talking to somebody, this was years ago, and I said, she was talking about something, and I said, oh, I don't watch the news. I don't know. And she said, oh my gosh, you don't watch the news? And I said, no. She's, oh, I watch the news every day. That's the only way I'm going to find out who got shot in my neighborhood or who. And I'm thinking,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. We also have to gauge our environment. We
Yeah.
also have to gauge what we are ingesting. You see, a diet is not just the food that we put in our bodies, it's the information that we put in our minds. And if you're always ingesting something negative, which most social media is, if you
Yeah.
don't have it gauged properly, what you'll see is what you're attracting and watching, because that's how the algorithms are going to work for you.
Yeah.
And if you're consistently watching, hearing, ingesting something negative, you're not going to feel that great.
Right.
And
Right.
even if you think you feel great, your subconscious is going to be taking in that information. And the least little thing that you might run across is going to trigger you, because
Yeah.
most of what you're taking in is negative. So
Yeah.
you gotta mind that.
Yeah. I mean, and you're right because I mean, you get up in the morning, and that's another thing too, in terms of verbalizing thanking God for
Yeah.
that day, or
Yes.
verbalizing thanking God for that previous day,
Mhm.
because tomorrow is not guaranteed for
At all.
anybody.
Right.
And so I hadn't verbalized it because I'd say to myself, God knows what I'm thinking. He knows what I'm thinking, so I don't have to say it. But since I'm making these changes for myself, I have to verbalize it. I have to put it out there verbally. I have to make sure that not only did I hear myself say it,
That's the
I want
point.
to make sure that he's not too busy to hear me and me saying it as well. But you're
Yes.
right. You get up in the morning, you turn the news on, and by the time it's 5 to 10 minutes, you're depressed.
You're depressed
Oh
or
my
you're
God. And
angry.
so and I wouldn't watch the news before, but now every day I have to get my little 3 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever the day is, or whatever's going on. I get that. But then I have to take a deep breath and go, that's
Right,
out there.
right,
What do I need to be happy
right,
myself at this
right.
point? So I'm
Exactly.
trying to do that. So I'm trying to do that.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. I wish I could talk to you a little bit more, but it looks like we've been having too much fun, and we run and this half hour is over right now.
Oh
And
my
so,
goodness.
yeah, Daphne, I tell people where they can get this book, and anything that you can do to get them together in their heads. What do you
Absolutely.
give it?
The book is available on Amazon. It's
Mhm.
under the Happy H period A period P period P period I period E period compass. Or you can search for it on Amazon under my name, Daphne M. Evans. That's where you can get it. It's available right now in paperback as well as Kindle. We're working on the audio. So that's going to be coming as well. And you can always reach out to me on Instagram. I actually just started a new Instagram page, an IG page that is under the Happy Lady Speaks. So you can always go there and reach out to me through that measure. And that is it.
All right, all right. And I want to thank you so much for being on the program today. And I hope some folks got something valuable out of what we're trying to do here. And
Yes.
as always, I mean, you're an awesome, and there's something the Happy Lady Speaks, and I'm happy to be speaking with you. So it's awesome. So thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Okay.
you, Verna, for inviting me. It's been a great time.
All right, you're welcome. And the rest of you out there, I hope you're having like I said, continue to have a blessed day, and let you know again, the best is yet to come.
Yes,
Take
it
care.
is.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Voting is more than just a right, it's a powerful tool for change. Every vote counts and every voice matters. Voting protects your rights and helps to build a better future. And it's a way to hold our leaders accountable. Voting isn't just about the big elections either. Local elections impact our daily lives. It is important to study the candidates and the issues in order to make an informed decision. Don't sit it out. Your vote is your power. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.